Hello everyone, a warm welcome to all of you in today's PIB session on EduTap. And guys, today we will be discussing a very important topic from the PIB news, that is the Rural Self-Employment Training Institutes program. So in this session we will be discussing basically that what exactly this program is all about, who are the beneficiaries of this program, what is the current scenario of the implementation of this program. So let's begin the session, let's get started. And here you can see from the headline of the PIB itself that RSETIs have launched new batches of the women-centric courses as a part of Iconic Week campaign under Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Now the very first question that must be popping out in your mind will be that what exactly this RSETI is all about. So guys, when we talk about RSETI, it stands for the Rural Self-Employment Training Institutes. As it is very much clear from the name itself that there will be a training institute which is going to provide skill training on the self-employment. And who will get this kind of skill training? These will be provided to basically the people which will be belonging to the rural areas. So that is very much clear from the name itself. Now when we talk about this particular program, this program is being, under this program basically the training institutes will be designed to ensure the necessary skill training and skill upgradation of the rural below poverty line youth. And why it has been launched? Basically to mitigate the unemployment problem which exists in the rural regions of the country. So when we talk about this program basically provides the short-term training to these rural BPL youth, and it is going to provide them long-term hand-holding to these upcoming entrepreneurs. So guys, this is basically the RSETI program is all about. Now three questions must be popping out in your mind, that who will basically train these particular people, who will get trained, that is what is the eligibility criteria to join these training institutes. So we will be discussing this in the upcoming slides. So the very first thing is that the RSETI program is a three-way partnership, and this partnership has been established between the Ministry of Rural Development along with state governments and the sponsor banks. That means these banks which are in the leads in their districts, they are going to set up these institutes, and in that particular state along with that particular state governments in collaboration with the Ministry of Rural Development. So let's discuss the whole process, that how all these works, how all this particular program is going to be worked on. So guys, here you can see the very first thing is that the banks are mandated to open at least one RSETI in their lead district, and they will be responsible for providing the training as well as managing such kind of institutes. Apart from that, for the infrastructure creation, who will be giving the funds? These funds will be provided by the Government of India, and it will be providing one-time grant assistance, and this amount will be a maximum of rupees 1 crore for meeting all the expenditures on the construction building as well as other infrastructure which is basically required for the setting up of these training institutes. Now when we talk about who will be get trained in these training institutes, what is the eligibility criteria? So guys, here the rural poor youth who is between the age group of 18 to 45 years will be eligible to join these training institutes and get the benefit of these skill training under these particular institutes. Now what exactly will happen after the successful completion of the training? These rural youth will get credit linkage assistance by these banks to start their own entrepreneurial ventures. So basically what will happen? These people will take their certificates which are being issued by the RSETI, and these certificates will be recognized by all the banks for the purposes of extending the credit to the trainees so that these trainees can set up their entrepreneurship firms. So that's how this particular program is going to work. So guys, that was the most important point that you are required to remember from the exam point of view from this RSETI program. So now when I talk about the current implementation status of this program, here you can see that till now 40.3 lakh candidates have been trained under this program in the total 64 courses, and among them 28.39 lakh candidates till 28th of February 2022 have been settled into the self-employment activities, and this program is being currently implemented in 28 states and 7 union territories. Functioning RSETI sponsored by 23 leading banks. So when we talk about these RSETI institutes, basically there are a total of 585 institutes which are being sponsored by 23 leading banks. So guys, this is basically the present implementation status of the RSETI program. Now why exactly we are covering this? Because this was basically in the news as the Department of Rural Development was marking the International Women's Day, and that's how it was also celebrating the iconic week campaign under the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, during which the new batches, which were basically women-centric courses, which was based on the women-centric courses, were being launched especially for the women. Now, from this headline itself, there are a lot of things that you are required to remember. The very first point is that the women form 66% of the total trained candidates under the RSETI program. This was the very first point. Now, the second point is that out of 64 courses, the 10 training courses are especially exclusively for the women candidates under the RSETI program. So during this particular iconic week celebrations, Avsar Ki Azadi campaign was being launched, which was focused batches for the women candidates, thereby ensuring that there will be more and more participation from the women. Apart from that, it was also being celebrated during the International Women's Day, when they will be celebrating the iconic week campaign under the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. So that was the one part. Now guys, this particular part was also again in the news on the 12th of March in the PIB articles, and here you can see that nearly 5,000 women from the Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushal Yojana and RSETI. So basically, the people who are getting training under these two programs were participating in such kind of rally, and this rally was basically the Kuposhan Se Azadi rally, and this was organized once again as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav iconic week celebrations, and under which these participants, basically what they did, they created awareness on the undernutrition, anemia, as well as the low birth babies amongst the rural women. And that's how more than 5,000 trainees from both of these particular programs have organized more than 100 rallies across the country. So guys, I really believe that this particular part is very much clear to all of you. We have discussed the static part of the RSETI program, as well as we have also discussed that why basically this program was recently in the news. So here is the practice question before all of you, in which you are required to identify the correct statement in relation with the RSETI program. And here kindly focus on the keywords from this particular program, that is the Ministry of Rural Development, sponsor banks and the state government, where in the very first point it is being mentioned that it is a three-way partnership between these three kind of entities. Now the second point says that the banks are basically mandated to open at least one RSETI in their lead district. The third statement is talking about the certificates. So guys, all these statements which are mentioned here about the RSETI program are absolutely correct, and the right answer is all of the above. So now when we talk about the previous question, the homework question from the previous session, then earlier there was a question that basically you were required to name the web mobile app which is being recently launched, and the right answer of it was e-marketplace, which is going to provide the digital solutions to the tourism industry. And this particular digital platform was being launched recently by the Union Minister of Tourism. So guys, now when we talk about the homework question from the today's session, now you are required to tell me that with which one of the following entities the Atal Innovation Mission Niti Aayog has recently announced a partnership with, which is going to host the flagship programs of AIM, that is Tinkerpreneur, ATL Marathon and other such challenges. So guys, do answer the question in the comment section that what exactly is the name of the entity with which the AIM Niti Aayog has recently announced a partnership. So guys, that was basically all from the today's session, and if you have still not subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. And you can also join our Telegram channel to get the access to the PDF of these sessions. See, to join the Telegram channel, kindly click on the link given in the description below. So that was all from the today's session. If you are having any queries, kindly drop us a mail at hello@edutap.co.in, and you can also call us at 814-620-7241. So guys, do let us know in the comment section that how was this particular session, and for the queries you can just follow the same as I've already mentioned. So thank you for joining us. Wish you all happy learning.